matipo, plan kuja, matipo, kuja, patipa, patipa, tipa, pa, to, G, karan, kakagan, karan, kagagan, karan, kagagan, karan, kagagan. So what you saw was a little demonstration of what the first video entailed. By the way, welcome back to the Legacy Percussion series. My name is Jerry Leak, and I'm here to talk about some of the components that actually comprise that all-man band solo version of what is a warrior rhythm from the Ewe people of southern Ghana, the rhythm being Agbekor. And it really begins from learning and playing the bell. This is the bell that they call gong kogi. It's a double bell, it looks like an agogo bell. And primarily they play just the high bell in their patterns, but the low is also very effective. In fact, one of the other names they call this, other than gong kogwe, is ting-go, which is high, and go for low. So ting to ting ting go go go. Go ting go ting go ting ding go ting. It's a great way for learning pitches and sounds and highs and lows, and it can be played on any instrument. What I was doing was having it mounted to this table here so that I could play the bell pattern and a couple of the drums in combination. Now the rhythm that you heard was a 12/8 warrior rhythm for the pattern called Agbekor, and it goes like this. It's a very famous bell pattern known as the Agbekor bell or Bembe bell from Afro-Cuban world, also known as the standard African pattern. So it's quite famous. And the Africans, the kids, came up with a phrase to speak the bell so that they can internalize it. And it goes like this. They actually leave the one out, and it becomes, after the one, it begins like this. One, matikpo, plan kuja, matikpo, plan kuja. Ja is the one, but it's actually the end of the phrase, not the beginning. So it's an interesting way of kind of having the bell cycle throughout the phrase. Now, while I'm playing that bell pattern, matikpo, I also brought in another language called sang-si, which is basically showing you the long and short strokes of the bell pattern. Long, long, short, long, 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 short, long, becoming sang, sang, si, sang, 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 si, sang, sang. So both matikpo and sang-si give you different perspectives of the bell. The matikpo gives you this 12/8 general feeling, and the sang-si puts you into more of a 6/8. 12/8 and 6/8 work, of course, very well together, side by side, in a lot of my music making and in theory and in practice. So the bell is the center or the sun to the solar system of all the sounds taking place. Another drum that I brought in is this very lovely barrel-shaped drum called the Toto G, named for its pattern. So if it begins after the one, the to is the open tone. So one, to, to, G, 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 to, 3, 4, 1, to, G. That could be with the bell, to, G, 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 to, G, 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 to, G. Faster, to, G, 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 to, G, 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 to. Now what this really has me wanting to introduce you is that even though I am playing these African drums and playing the patterns on them, I also come from a drum set background. That's where it all began for me. So I'm thinking like a drum set player playing these patterns. So you're wondering how to do that. Well, you have the bell, which is your ride cymbal. It could be a cymbal playing on the bell of the cymbal, or you could be playing on a mounted cowbell, and you can also play on the side of like a floor tom to get more of a kind of a cascara sound. So multiple combinations. The Toto G could be played on floor tom using sticks, press strokes right in the middle, not too loud. Toto G, G, G. It can also be high and low. G, Toto, G, 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 Toto. Lots of ways of realizing this. And the beauty of having the language to guide you is you don't necessarily need the drums to practice. You can be working on the mechanics and the phrases away from the instruments, internalizing, memorizing, and then finding your doorway to the instruments, whatever the instrument may be. So what I ended up doing in the piece was combining the two in one pattern with one hand. Only the open tones are the melodies, so that became this. So we have G, to, G. And my foot is playing the rhythm of the Toto G, which is G, to, G, G. So those two hits where they're together, it's very natural for me to feel that. I'm a jazz vibist, so it feels good to be able to control both sticks and have them work together. Now we're going to move to this very small drum called the Cagan, which is known as the baby of the instrument family. And earlier I was talking about how you have this umpapa effect. Well, you do basically by thinking about the beat being in a four feel, but on triplets. So we have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and takita, 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 takita. I use a lot of Indian syllables to bring in the mathematics of India into the African grooves to create lots of awareness with polyrhythms and composition. The Cagan, if you're thinking umpapa, is on all the pas. Umpapa, 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 umpapa. Variations kakaran, 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 kakaran. A 2-beat would be karan kakagan, karan kakagan, karan kakagan. So another combination would be playing the bell and the Cagan. That could be on the snare with the snares off, or using rim clicks for a nice effect. You have, and you're very free, very relaxed, able to sing a song maybe or have a conversation. This is what's powerful about the language, is you really gain ownership of all the individual parts. So once again, in summary, bell and Toto G, G, Toto G, G, G. Bell and Cagan. You also have this third element, more of a tribal version, using the Toto G and the Cagan. Very dry, very sweet. Now, I'm free to speak these patterns, but also speak what I'm not playing, which would be the bell. Matiko, matiko, plan ku job. Matiko, matiko, plan ku job. Matiko, matiko, plan ku sang, sang, si sang, sang, sang. Avuma tozo, dewe la uma. Toto G, G, Cagan, 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 Cagan. So this is kind of a quick walkthrough on some of the patterns and combinations that are available based on that one-man band solo that you saw from the first video. Now refer to the video description for pertinent links to videos and articles and books, which will even give you more direction onto the path for being able to do this. But these are complicated phrases, so you want to really work in small steps and not try to do too much too fast. Don't think of this as a play-along video so much as you've gotten an idea, you stop it, you go and you study it for weeks, months, years, and then that takes you to the next. So look for the third video to be a performance of the master drum, the Atsimvi move, that will be directing the warrior piece and the dance. That's all the syllables that I spoke in the first video, all the lead compositions. And I'll be doing a backing track for that, so you'll be able to hear it. Okay, that takes care of video number 2 of the Legacy Percussion series. I hope you had a good time. Look for another one coming up soon to get you even more ideas to explore this great world called rhythm. Bye-bye. Take care.